2025 has truly been a pretty pivotal year in terms of AI generation. It's gotten to the point where it's becoming incredibly difficult to tell what's actually being AI generated and what is real. We've seen several AI generated things go viral, some of them maybe somewhat obviously AI and some of them not, but it's very, very hard to tell, and it's becoming increasingly more difficult. And with this is having major impacts on people, particularly as it comes to crypto and even just more generally financial scams. There's a lot of people who are losing money to deepfakes, to people that seem real that they think they can trust, because AI is enabling a lot of this. And so I want to talk about a company who is working on essentially AI detection software, which is really, really cool. I've gotten a chance to download their new app, which has just recently come out. I've checked it out. It looks really awesome. And I actually have already run through a couple of different tweets so we could see what looks real and what doesn't. So we're going to be talking about all of this, as well as they do have a Google Chrome extension, so as you can use it on your browser as well if you are looking to kind of check and verify what's AI so you can keep yourself safe. Particularly when it comes into crypto, this place is ripe for scams, and so this can be something that is very, very valuable to make sure that you're staying safe and you're not getting scammed out of your hard-earned crypto. Now, today we're going to be talking about Bitmind specifically, because Bitmind is a project that is actually built on the BitTensor ecosystem and the BitTensor network that is working on cutting-edge AI detection. Now, I did just want to make sure that I'm being transparent and make it clear that this video has been sponsored by Bitmind, and so they have paid me to talk about their project. However, I do think that this is a really, really valuable project, and so this is likely something that I would have covered anyway, but I did want to make it very clear that this has been a sponsored video and that, you kind of do with that what you will. But overall, I actually think that this is an essential project that is very, very valuable, particularly if you are in the crypto space, just because AI is everywhere. I was very, very surprised with some of these things that it was flagging as AI generated from sources that I was quite surprised where it would do something that was AI generated. And so I found this quite interesting. I wanted to show you a couple of different things or a couple practical use cases and some of the things that are happening within kind of the space currently that is leading to a lot of people falling prey to more scams. So first off, we can see here, this is the yearly share of inflows and deposits associated with AI-enabled scams. Here you can see the inflows kind of increasing year by year, but spiking a little bit in 2025. But the major spike is we can see that the deposits have really, really taken off in 2025 with AI-enabled scams. Now, this is things like AI-generated phishing, deep fakes, fake investment bots, fraudulent automated trading, KYC bypass, chatbot schemes, AI customer support, AI-assisted pig butchering, voice cloning, all of this type of stuff. I don't know if this is just me, but I personally am getting Coinbase withdrawal codes every single day trying to catch me up in these types of things. And so it's really important that you're staying vigilant and staying aware. One of the things that I actually think Bitmind would be a very, very practical use case for is when you're trying to do your own research and you're looking into the users or the team of a particular crypto project that you may be interested in. If you take a look here, we can see a screenshot where we could see, this is probably a bit more of an obvious one, right? But you could see nobody's eyes are really that blue. But you could see this is what this company is portraying as their company staff. These quite clearly are AI generated. And so you could run this through something like AI or not, which is the Bitmind app that we're going to be showcasing a little bit later in the video to see if this is AI generated or not. Now, of course, you may not need help telling with something like this. This one over here actually does look fairly realistic. This one even as well. So, maybe it could be super helpful for helping identify some of this stuff. But it is, it is very, very important and super helpful in helping you determine what's real and what's not. And so here we go over to Bitmind's site. Just kind of as a short aside, I think it's really, really cool that they have the spinny top thing from Inception. I think that is exactly on brand. I'm not 100% confirmed that that's what it's from, but I would be very surprised if it wasn't. So here you can see it's decentralized deepfake detection. They're using the community to help essentially contribute to the database in the ecosystem. This is one of the places where I think crypto actually really shines, because if you have a decentralized protocol that's helping do this, people can just kind of push in more data, more information, more help to improve the quality of the algorithm itself. So you can see here they've got that AI powered browser extension. They have just very recently launched their mobile app, which I have it downloaded. Like I said, we're going to be testing that here towards the end of the video. It is very, very cool. And you can see here all of the stuff that they're trying to do. They are on subnet 34, which is a top-ranking subnet on BitTensor. We'll get into that here in a second as well. It gets very complicated, but I just wanted to show you where you could find more of that if you are wanting to do your own research. And then it will show you kind of roughly what its score is. All of this type of stuff I will leave for the demo later in the video because it's much more clear there. But here you can see this is subnet 34. Again, very, very complicated, very complex stuff here. So I'm not going to go over too much of it here. This is just here if you want to kind of understand a little bit more about what is exactly happening here. So moving on though, I want to actually go right on into the demo here where we're going to actually take a look at the mobile app that they've just launched, and you can see some of the things that I've already created here. It's a very, very cool app. I'm getting it loaded up right now just so you can see. And you should see this on the screen right now. And so as we go through, you can see this is the actual main screen of the app. You can see I've got 2 AIs detected, 2 AIs of all time. I have 95 premium imports remaining. This is so you can just kind of test things out and see how you like it. And then of course you can upgrade it if you do find it kind of essential in your workflows for detecting AI scams and whatnot. I think it's super cool. They have the AI trivia challenge as well, which is neat, but I want to go right on into these recent detections because I have kind of floated a couple like X posts in just to kind of get a sense of like what's real and what's not. So if we go to this view all, you can see we have 3 that are human made and 2 that are AI generated. One, if I'm being completely honest, was quite shocking to me. I really wasn't sure what to make of it. So we'll go over that here in just one second. But first off, we can see a couple of different use cases here. For whatever reason, this image is not loading, but you can see it's 100% confident that this is a human-made image. And if it'll actually give you the link to X where you can actually because I was copying the link and posting it in. I'll show you again how to do that here in one second. But you can see this is the tweet that I was wanting to confirm and see if this post itself was actually real. And it actually, as you can see here, is confirmed that it was 100% human made. Some of these others actually have the images showing up. So this was an image that Tom Lee posted, and it was a picture of obviously him and Michael Saylor. And it was something along the lines of Bitcoin and Ethereum can be friends. I want to just see, I was pretty confident that it would be a real picture. And of course you can see here, there's 100% confidence that this is a real picture, which is pretty cool. Now, of course, you can also rate the detections accurate or inaccurate if you are interested. And then also you can see here, this third one, which I found very, very surprising. And again, I still do wonder because the Bitmind has an 88% detection rate. So I do wonder if maybe this is one of the 12% where maybe it's not totally correct. But I was very, very surprised because you can see this is coming from the Bitcoin conference itself. And this is buying coffee with Bitcoin using a feature phone without internet. So this is essentially using like a brick phone and you're paying for the coffee like that. That to me, like I said, I was very, very surprised that this is something that would have been AI generated. But again, you just never know. And so I was very surprised to see that this was something that came back as AI. So again, it's not infallible. It does have an 88% detection rate though, which I do find really cool and honestly quite accurate. I mean, if we're going back to grade school, that's what a solid B+ there. So I think that is definitely good. Now, if we go on to the fourth one here, you can see this is a picture that we saw. If we actually go to the initial tweet, you can see is a classroom in Zambia learning to use Bitcoin and Lightning for payments. Bitcoin is everyday money is coming. So if we come back to the post, you can see this is actually a real picture. Again, I was just trying to see, is this real? Could this have been, deep faked somehow? Who knows? But the Bitmind app is saying that it has 100% confidence that this is in fact a real picture, which is cool. Now, I want to do a little bit more of an obvious one just so you can kind of see how it works, but it also works for videos too, which I wanted to make very clear and I think is cool. If we look here, this is from OpenSea. You can see that this video quite obviously is AI generated. And so this is something that I think is fairly I don't think it's much of a surprise that something like this would be AI generated. So the process here, if you are interested and you're looking for something to post or you're looking to kind of run it through, you can go through. Let's see if we find any replies here. Let's just do this one, I guess. This is a picture from somewhere in the world, and we can copy the link here. So we'll take the link. We'll go back into the detection or into the site. We'll go back to the main page. We can see start a new detection. You can import from social media, which is kind of what we're going to be doing. You can paste the URL or image or upload the media. I've just been pasting the URL. I don't know if there's a difference between the two, but this has worked just fine so far. So you see, you do that, you do detect, it takes one of my premium imports, and then it analyzes the image. And when you have the detection that's complete, you can go right down here to the bottom and then pull it right on in. It says, this is 100% human made. This is indeed a real picture from somewhere in the world. So pretty cool there. It also will give you a similarity analysis. So if there's like an AI like deepfake that's maybe going around and it's like well documented or well known, you will see that similarity score show up here, which is pretty interesting. So a lot of really, really cool things with this app. I think it's actually a very practical and very useful type of app. And I wanted to showcase this to you guys today because this is something that I find very, very valuable. As I said, with deepfakes getting more and more convincing and more compelling, I think it's always good just to have something like this. If you're ever in doubt, check it out, see how it goes, right? And see what Bitmind or Bitmind comes back with in terms of like, is it real or is it not, right? So that's what we have for you today. I think it's a very, very cool app, and I think it's a very important use case and a very important product in an age where things by the day become more and more indistinguishable, what is real and what is fake. So I just want to share that with you guys today. Hopefully you found the information in this video useful. I will be linking all of everything that you need to see for Bitmind. It's their like Bitmind AI. That will be in the link in the description below. So if you are wanting to check it out and download their mobile app, feel free. It is on the App Store. It is on the Android store. So you can check it out that way. It's very much like a standard process. You don't have to do anything kind of sketchy or weird to get it. Just download the apps or go to the App Store, go to the Android store. It's already pre-approved in there, so which is really cool. And also I think adds a layer of legitimacy, just in case you're worried, because of course, things happen in crypto, but I feel pretty confident in the Bitmind team and what we're seeing so far, that they have a really, really cool and interesting product. So I wanted to share that with you guys today. Again, like I said, I would love to hear your feedback. I personally think it's very cool and a very valuable product. But, I would love to hear your guys' feedback as well. Also, if you found the information in this video useful, a like and a subscribe does, of course, really, really help. And of course, thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.